simplest question you can ask about a parabola is it U-shaped or is it an upside down U-shape? So again, the parabola is the graph of a quadratic function. Let's start by looking at some quadratic functions with b and c both 0. Let's look at 2x squared, x squared, negative x squared, and negative 2x squared. So we'll have a green, blue, red, and pink curve. What do we notice looking at this graph? The first two parabolas, 2x squared and 1x squared, open upward. The second two, negative x squared and negative 2x squared, open downward. It turns out that it's only that leading coefficient, only the value of a, that determines whether the parabola opens upward or opens downward. If a is greater than 0, so a positive number, the parabola opens upward. That is, it's a U-shape. If a is less than 0, that is, a negative number, the parabola opens downward. That is, it's an upside down U-shape or an arch shape. And that's always going to be the case. We can predict which way the parabola is going to open just by looking at this leading coefficient. So if I asked you, does the graph of g of x equals negative 1/3 x squared plus 7x minus 5 open upward or downward? You would observe that a equals negative 1/3, which is a negative number, and therefore it opens downward. And looking at the graph of that function on a suitable window, we see that that is in fact the case. I'm going to have you try one of these. Decide whether the graph of the function h of x equals 4x squared minus 2x plus 6 opens upward or downward. Then graph the function on a calculator to confirm that this is the case. Pause the video and try this now. All right, looking at the expression, we see that a equals 4, which is positive. So we expect that this parabola will open upward. Entering this function on the calculator and graphing first on the standard window, we in fact see a parabola that opens upward as expected.